Hello, beautiful anointed team. I wanted to put together for you a quick tutorial on how to create slides for your upcoming lesson plans for the week or the month. Okay, first thing, in case you're not familiar with Google Apps, you have everything stems from your Gmail. So if you don't already automatically have a screen that says Gmail or these little black dots with your account, then you'll have to Google Gmail, click on it, and of course, sign in, which I'm already signed in. On your Google Apps, you're going to come over here and you're going to look for your Drive once you're signed in through your Gmail. You're going to go over here to Shared with Me. Then yours is going to look a little different, but you're going to go into Grow. Okay, it is Grow. This is the file that I have shared with you guys. So Grow. It'll have all the months. What you want to do is go into the previous month. So if you're going to create it for February, you'll go into January and use that as your template. Or for March, you'll go into February once those are created. So we're going into February, so you click on that. Just choose any one of these. I usually do the previous weeks. And so this is our January theme. Well, now we have a new theme, so we're going to have to change the background. But before you jump in there and change everything, you need to, the very first thing you need to do is make a copy, because you don't want to delete this previous copy. You're going to go over here. Now I already created one for something, so I'm just going to do February, and you guys would choose whatever week you are going to do. And I'm going to do week 3. I'm not even going to put the title, I'm just going to put the week, okay? And then you're going to file it and save it into your February, all right? You're going to click Make a Copy. Exit out of the January, make sure you are in your February one. Okay, so it's going to look exactly the same. The reason you want to make a copy, obviously, so you don't delete the previous month's work. So what you have to do is change your background, first of all. So you're going to go into Choose, Browse. Oh, sorry, not browse. You guys won't have it downloaded. You're going to go into your Google Drive. Okay, your Google Drive Shared with Me folder. Yours is going to be Grow. Mine is a different one. Yours is going to be Grow. And you're going to click on the month that you want the background graphics for. Under Elementary. Teaching, that's where your lessons are, but you want graphics for your slideshow. Go into Horizontal, and your background that you want for your title slide. So you have your title slide, you don't need that one. Memory verse and your background slide, and you'll want your big ideas in a minute. First, let's start with one thing at a time. Okay, wow, boom, that's our theme for February. Isn't it cool? Sciencey looking. Now you want to change your memory verse. I'm going to go fast for reasons. So same place, it's titled memory verse. Boom. Big idea. It's called Big Idea, but it's not down here. You want to go up here to this little folder called Big Ideas. Click for the week that you want. And boom. Now, obviously, now that is the slide. Wait, let me go. That is the slide by itself. I have inserted this for our Bible story, which we will need to change to whatever Bible story is the lesson for that week. Okay, we'll get into that in a minute, okay? Next thing you want to do, I should say, is now you need a background. So we're doing all backgrounds first. Now you have to go back to your background, horizontal graphics. You want just a plain background for your Bible scriptures, okay, which you're going to come and do that in a minute. But basically, you need to change all the backgrounds. And that's really the only backgrounds that you need. You will end up duplicating slides and things for that later. So that's a quick one on how to change out the backgrounds for your new theme for the month. And I wish I knew how to forward through this just to basically do the same thing over and over. So for your questions, for your application, you're just going to choose the same background slide, insert. Boom. Your memory verses, you will just duplicate the one that you already made from up here. And duplicate. I usually do like 2 or 3 duplicates. You want one right before your video at the end. So whoever's teaching the video station, they can already have one handy dandy right there. You might want to just plug one in right before they go into stations, just to always constantly remind them what we're doing. Now, we want to maybe move this down a little bit. Anything that has a text box is something that I have inserted. Once you are done changing all the backgrounds, now if you want, you can change the backgrounds to, you don't need that one. For like this, that still has our old background. Not necessary, but you know, if you want to just keep it all in the same thing, boom, 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 it is now the same theme. Okay, so now that we're done with that part, we're going to insert the big idea is already there, but we need to insert the lesson. So to find the lessons, what you need to do to find your questions and everything else is you need to go into the month for your lesson. So if you are doing whatever week, it's going to be under teaching, and you don't want to do the you choose this week. I already made one for the first team. I'm making one for the second team. Going to lesson, you don't want the Word version. You want the the PDF. So this is the big idea. Wow, Jesus has the power to provide. And here is the Bible stories. Jesus feeds the 5,000. So you want to plug that in as your big idea. And this is so the kids know what story that they are going to be learning about. And you'll need this later. You'll want to actually take this, and that's what you're going to find the video on that on YouTube and plug that in later. But for right now, you want to now take your Bible verse that you're going to, where the story is out of, and you're going to Google it. Just Google it, boom, enter. The Bible Gateway and some other ones. That is just NIV. You can always change it based on whatever it is. So 1 through 15 is a lot of verses. So obviously you're not going to squeeze that all into one slide. You may want to just read this out of the Bible to them if it's that many, or whatever. So what you want to do is basically split it into about 3 or 4 slides if it's that many. Maybe what I'll do is do these 2 on one slide and the next 2 or 3 and so on. So basically you just copy this and you find the Bible time one and you're going to paste it in there. But here, let me show you what so you just want to go, if you click on just paste without just paste, it's going to come out gross looking, right? So you want to do the paste without formatting. Boom. Of course, you're going to need to resize it. Now, it is John chapter 6, verse 1, so you're going to want to, of course, change this up here. I wish I could forward it for you, but I don't know how to do that. Okay, so it looks like that all fit on there. You may, for the eyes, it's a little bit much, so, adjust it as needed. I like to highlight any time Jesus says something. He said to Philip, boom, boom, boom. Then I want to highlight it in red just so it's a little something extra for the eye to look at besides all that yellow. You could adjust the size and so on. So you're going to do that for both of the, the different slides. And then when you get down to questions, so that's it for the Bible time. Now, you probably don't want to do all, like the Psalms 1 through 10. Just read that to them. And yeah. So now you need to go into the lesson and you need to find the questions to that lesson, which are at the very bottom. Right there, small group times questions. Now this has the answers. You want to delete those answers. The application is like the most important thing, but so you want to provide both for quality. You don't always have the time, obviously, to go through every single little thing. Again, paste without formatting. Now this has the answers in there also. Well, we don't want to give them the answers. So, you have to delete the answers, find the next question, and so on. Boom, Boom, boom. Okay. So, those are some of the questions. Then you want to go into your application. You don't want last week's application. You want this week's application questions. And of course, those do not have the answers. That is the very best thing ever. Is their biggest takeaway are these questions right here. Do not skip them at all. These are open-ended questions. These are facts from the story. We want them to be able to apply it to their life. Okay, so once you've got your questions plugged in there, you've got your Bible time plugged in there, you have your big idea. You want to copy or duplicate your big idea at least once or twice extra, and then click and drag it down here to remind them. You know, like maybe right after the Bible story, right before it, right after it. So, wow, look at that, guys. Look what Jesus did. Jesus has the power to provide, and he fed the 5,000. Isn't that amazing? And what ways can he provide for us? Yada, yada, you know. And then you always want to have one, duplicate it, click it, drag it for the video station people so that they have the memory verse and the video station down there. Now, next thing, video. It's going to have this video from some other story that we don't want. So what you're going to need to do now is to go into YouTube, and you need to click God's story. Jesus feeds 5,000. Now, they might not have it in God's story. They might have it on Saddleback Kids or, you know, Crossroad Kids Club, or, you know, just about 5-minute video or less is what you're looking for. So scroll through, figure out which one you want. If they have Superbook short version, that's always really cool. You know, you want to keep it 2 minutes, kind of short, but
stories.
So that's fine though. And you want to click and copy and paste the top link, not this, but the top link. You're going to go over here to insert video. Click it in there, paste it, enter. There it is. Click that, insert it. You're going to have to make it to the full screen by stretching it. And stretch it out a little bit, and that's fine. Delete anything else. If you wanted to put another story in there as a filler for that station, you're more than welcome to find another one. But you have to watch it first, because
here's where we are in the story. After God created the world, and after people...
Okay, so I might just plug that guy in there because I trust his, because you know, I've seen his stuff before anyway. So image, no, not an image, audio, video. I'm going to delete the previous video. You don't have to do, but you know how it is in that station. Sometimes it's nice to have two, but sometimes you want to spend that time actually talking to the kids and asking them questions and having them do memory verse at every station. We should always be reiterating that. So basically that is how to make the slideshow. Again, you have your memory verse, your title page, okay, your memory verse, your big idea, your scriptures, which I'm not done with that, so I want to duplicate this one and go back in there later from my Bible Gateway and finish that up there. But that's how you do it in a nutshell. You want to keep the stations, game choice, and this timer the same every week. Because this already has hyperlinks to activities. So if you go into the big screen slideshow and you hover over it, it'll have links for Bible trivia, dance off, Mario race, any fillers that you might need to go back to if somebody's preaching a long time. So that is it. I hope this was helpful for you. Again, make sure you save this in whatever months that you're working on. Okay, love you guys.